Hey there, toy collector friends and Star Wars fans alike. Welcome back to the channel. I'm the Triple TC, that's the time travelling toy collector, and in this video I'm thrilled to say to you that I've now got some more entries for my world building of Tatooine project. So as some of you will be aware, I broke my cardinal rule around toy collecting and I went back to collecting Star Wars figures, particularly vintage collection, but I have narrowed my field, so I've not gone crazy and just started purchasing everything, despite what you're about to see, because my first Star Wars HasLab was the Cantina, and I'm in the throes, as some of you will be aware, of redeveloping my display areas and my cabinets here at home. To try and optimize my space, and I think I've now decided and found the right place to have the Cantina and the Tatooine setup. So I'm super stoked about that. But again, in order to free up the space where I'm going to have that, and everything that's going to go with it, such as these, I'm also having to rehouse some other stuff, hence some of the other displays, cabinets that I need to build from scratch, and each one takes about 4 hours, and it's just an absolute nightmare, on top of trying to have a job, which is quite a demanding job, I will say, emotionally, if not physically, and do other stuff as well. So there's there's a lot of balancing going on, as I explained in a previous video. But I now have had an epiphany about what I'm going to do with the Cantina, so I'm super excited about that. But I'm also super excited that I've now got these in my collection to add to my vintage collection figures that are going to populate that Tatooine environment. So the Cantina, the streets of Tatooine outside. I'm going to augment the Cantina with the Navarro Cantina interior. I've got a plan for that. Yeah, so I am pretty stoked to get moving with that. So just to let you see what I've got here, 3 figures joining the lineup. We'll start with this one here because it's the one that's perhaps the least logical, you might think, but it's Andor, Cassian Andor. The reason he's in my hand right now is because, and there's an extended story to this, is because he was available at clearance price. So I got this figure for less than a tenner from In-Demand stores, In-Demand Toys online store. Because I did want to get a Cassian. I've got a Black Series Cassian Andor along with his droid as a 2-pack, which is more of a display option, and I love that. But absolutely saw this online and really and again, to be fair, I hummed and hawed about it, but I thought, well, it's nice to have some humanoids in the Cantina. And he you know, I know timeline wise he shouldn't really be there the same time as this guy, but you know, equally there may be some timey-wimey business going on. Shush, I just want to pack it out with some other people. And from the right angle, you wouldn't necessarily know this was Cassian Andor, and maybe there's some sort of force-driven timey-wiminess. I don't care. I wanted a Cassian figure, and I have one. And what's really interesting is I noticed on this figure, and I don't know if this is increasingly the case, because it also is the case with these 2 figures, that we now have a gap here. Let me see if I can show you that with the tweezers. It might be easier. Apologies while I have a brain fart there. So you can see there's a gap. There's a gap in the packaging. And that gap in the packaging is, as I mentioned, duplicated with these 2 figures. But it also has led to this. I'm going to see if I can show you this. You can see that the plastic bubble is already raising off the card here. Do you see that? Which I can understand why some people might be a bit cross about that. Conversely, I'm kind of happy about that, because as some of you, again, long-time watchers, will be aware, so far I haven't unboxed any of my Star Wars vintage collection figures, or my retro collection figures for that matter, because I do like the way they look on the cards. But now that I'm going for the Tatooine sort of mega diorama, and I've got the Cantina to utilize for some of that display, I'm absolutely going to be going for it. So I will be doing this. But what this tells me is that I'm a bit hopeful that it might be quite easy to remove the figures without doing any sort of significant damage. I know there'll be some, but any significant damage to the car backs, because I really, really like it. Again, this is the figures that were in this particular wave. I think I also picked up this Cal Kestis as well, because again, I'm not a fan of the computer games, don't play the computer games, but I just see him occupying some space in my Tatooine landscape in a crazy mixed up crossover. Is there anyone else I should be getting? Is there anyone else I should be getting for my Tatooine crossover? I think I might have to start doing some eBay searching for some additional aliens, because I feel very underrepresented in the alien front. And then we have Chewbacca, gloriously reproduced here in this latest version of him, with his bowcaster there, which does need some assembly, and Han Solo there. And again, this is not an unboxing of these. This is just like an update on my Tatooine, Return to Tatooine collection that I'm sort of amassing, ready to do some sort of mass piece of work on it somewhere in the future. As mentioned, though, let me just show you this. You can see both of them. This one's very obvious. Very raised areas there under the bubble. Now, I may have missed a memo somewhere, folks, and if I have, please tell me in the comments down below. Is that a new design choice by Hasbro to facilitate easy access to the figures without damaging the card backs? Because if it is, I think it's brilliant. So I'm very here for it. But or is it not? Is it just some sort of? Is it actually a lazy design where the bubbles, the plastic bubbles, are just being misaligned? Because if that's the case, then I think it's serendipitous, because I really like it, and it gives me purchase to be able to get in without having to cut the bubbles. Again, if you know more than I do about this, which would not be difficult, please let me know in the comments down below, because that fascinates me. And then the last thing, the pièce de résistance that I've picked up, is this. Again, I got this reduced. This was from Amazon. Never thought I'd be saying those words out loud. This was from Amazon, and it was reduced. I think it was down to 40 something pounds. And I was like, really? Because I had an eye on it, because I thought, oh, that's quite interesting. That's quite good. And I'd seen a couple of people review it, and I thought that would look fantastic parked in the streets of Mos Eisley, parked outside the Cantina. Now, I do have the new Ben Kenobi. I do have the Sand Trooper, I think. I do have an R2. I don't have a 3PO. Is there a vintage collection C-3PO? I couldn't find it. And I've been looking. So if I'm missing one, can you tell me what the number is? Because I can't. I swear to you, I've been looking online. I've been looking Hasbro Pulse. I've been looking at Amazon. I've been looking at eBay. And I can't find a vintage collection C-3PO. So I don't know what I'm doing wrong, or if I need to put in something super specific. But can't find one. Really want one. For those of you that know, R2 and C-3PO back in the 70s were my first two Star Wars figures. You know, so closely followed by Walrus Man and Greedo. So you know, it really is. It really plays to my sense of nostalgia. But I do want a 3PO. So you know, here's the product shots. I know you've probably seen this 1,000 times with other people, but I'm super excited to have it. This is the exclusive Luke Skywalker figure that comes with the Landspeeder. What else do we have? There's the view of the interior of the cockpit. I don't know whether this has the feature that the 1970s version had, where you pull the lever and it sort of releases the transparent wheels underneath. I'm guessing it might have, but beautiful cockpit detailing there. There's an aerial view. There's a bit more of Luke and his accessories. Star Wars logo, more over here again with the exposed paneling. Somewhere to put the gun. I mean, it's beautiful. It's a beautiful piece of craftsmanship. And on the reverse, we have another piece of artwork, which again, very reminiscent of the old school Kenner stuff. It is produced using vintage collection figures. Looks absolutely lovely, I must say. I'm looking at the background, and I don't recognize any of it from anything that's been released. So again, I don't know whether that's foreshadowing or whether it's just saying, you know, don't throw out any polystyrene, paint it a sort of dirty beige colour and use it as a set. But yeah, I love this. And again, another view of the droids that I am looking for, particularly this one. So if you do know if there is a vintage collection C-3PO, please let me know what I'm looking for, so I can put the right search parameters in. It's very frustrating that I can't find one. Or have they not done it yet? Are we still waiting for a Star Wars vintage collection New Hope C-3PO? Because if so, that's fine. That explains it. But I don't understand why I can't find one. I did unfasten. I've not unboxed this yet. You can see it's all kind of in its pristineness. But I did open it only because some of you will be aware again that I recently had an unfortunate experience with here we go. Oh, why not? Here it comes. Wasn't planning on doing this, but in for a penny. I'm not going to do it all, but because this was what I was looking for. I wanted to make sure that I had the figure included, because the last time I received something from Amazon, oh, now this is a beautiful figure. Soft goods, lit and unlit lightsaber, the rifle, the binoculars, the hat, the droid control unit, I think that's what it is, and the poncho behind him, which also looks like it doubles up as a little blanket. Oh, yeah, beautiful. Does it have the, is it doing the thing? See, this isn't doing the thing unless, oh, yes it is. I take it back. Where are you, pokey things? There they are. It is doing it, look. It's already open under there. Access has already been granted. That's interesting, isn't it? Is that deliberate? I think it must be. I think it must be deliberate. It'd be mental if they tried to do that without. There's a bit of blurb about Luke owning a battered but speedy X-34 Landspeeder. Yeah, again, I know this is a sort of exclusive and it's a weird shaped card, so it doesn't really tally with sort of the what we're accustomed to. It's not, it doesn't, it's a slight, oh, hang on, oh, yes, it is oversized compared to this. So, you know, but I get it, it's sort of an exclusive packed in figure, but yeah, it is nice. Will I open it or not? I love the accessories. I don't know if I'll open it. I'm not going to open up the rest of the Landspeeder just yet. I think I'll save that for a separate video. And again, I'll do it probably prior to actually getting it set up with Tatooine. But I was so enamored by it, that I just wanted to sort of get it out and show you and go, look what I've got, some more goodies to go with my Tatooine set. But genuinely, if I had a look at some other people's YouTube videos, and they seem to have collected aliens from across the ranges, Power of the Force, Shadow of the Empire, various different things. So if anyone's got recommendations for key alien figures that I can probably pick up, I don't want to go mental price wise if I can help it. I'm going mental enough at the moment with stuff, but yeah, so any recommendations, I'm a little at your mercy to guide me to what I might end up needing to just really flesh out my my collection. I do want a power droid, not to go inside because obviously no droids allowed, but to have outside. And I know there's a 2-pack with a Jawa. And I keep seeing them for not happy prices, if I'm honest, on eBay. But that's something I do want, the Power Droid, Gonk Droid. And I think it comes in a 2-pack with a Jawa. I can't remember what range that's from. But anyway, whatever. Your advice, greatly appreciated. So again, thank you very much. So an additional figure to go with the collection. I'll tell you what. You can always see little bits of it poking through. How exciting! I'm going to resist. Don't know how, but I am. Little bits of it. Oh, I'm very excited. But I'm putting it back in. It's going back in. I'm not going to get sucked in. I'm knocking everything over. So I'm trying to tidy myself up. Just because I put it in backwards, that's why. So we've got this. We've got what you're doing, sir. Got this. We've got Han and Chewie. We've got Luke, and we've got Cassian Andor for no apparent reason other than I wanted Cassian Andor. So it's a nice little range of figures and centerpiece model to accompany the remainder. What I'm looking to put together for my Return to Tatooine set. So I'm very, very excited. So I just thought I'd do a quick update and share that with you. Thank you as ever. I look forward to reading your comments down below with your recommendations and thoughts. And also, is that bubble thing, is it deliberate? Is it a design flaw? If you know, let me know. I'm here to learn. Thanks very much. You've been fantastic. I've been the Triple TC. That's the Time Travelling Toy Collector. You've been a wonderful companion as I've been going through my little excitement share, or overshare, and some people might think. So apologies if that's what you think. But yeah, possibly see you in a future video. I hope you stick around. If you haven't done so already, please drop a subscription to the channel. It really boosts my ego more than anything else. I do set myself some sort of milestones across time. So you would really help me by subscribing. If you don't already subscribe to the channel, if you do, thank you so much for doing so. If you don't yet subscribe, it would make such a world of difference to me if you could. Helps me get to my next milestone and really reassures me that there are people out there whilst I'm in here in the darkness pulling these things together. So that, it means the world to me if you can. If you are a new subscriber, just let me know in the comments down below, and I will thank you from the bottom of my heart. Anyway, if you're just here for the vids, that's fantastic too. Thank you for spending the time with me. I have been, as I say, the Triple TC, that's the Time Travelling Toy Collector. This has been the Star Wars Landspeeder from Hasbro, disguised as Kenner, from their vintage collection, complete with a Luke Skywalker exclusive figure. That's been Cassian Andor popping out of his bubble, Han Solo and Chewbacca from the vintage collection, very recently released vintage collection as part of that Tatooine range from the New Hope set. And stay tuned, because at some point in the future I will then be assembling my Cantina finally, because I'll have somewhere, I now know where I'm going to put it, and I'll have somewhere to put it, and I'm quite excited about that. Anyway, take care, see you soon, and it remains for me to say that things of beauty really are toys forever. Bye bye for now.